name is Joanne. Today I've entered a contest for Real Women of Philadelphia contest. Today I'm making for you a dessert. It's cinnamon rolls with cream cheese. Our ingredients we're going to need for today are a half cup of Philadelphia cream cheese, 3/4 cups of hard butter, cold. We need a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a teaspoon of soda, baking soda, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, a pinch of salt, 2 cups of flour. We're going to start by adding in our cream cheese and our butter with our pastry blender. And what we want to do is we want to incorporate the cream cheese and the butter, chopping it up until we get a mixture that turns into the size of peas. So we just want to keep blending this down. First of all, the dry ingredients should have gone into the bowl. And we want to mix those dry ingredients with the flour. And I have the butter in there and the cream cheese already, but we'll just toss that around. That'll be fine. Now we're going to continue with our pastry blender. And if you don't have a pastry blender, just feel free to use your hand and break the flour in with the tips of your fingers so it resembles the size of peas. You want sizes approximately like that. Now this is what our dough should look like. Now we're going to add 1 cup of the buttermilk. We may need more. And what we want to do is we want to incorporate this mixture. Yeah. And we definitely are going to need more. So we're going to add another half cup. And we just want to combine this just so the mixture holds together. Now once we get our dough mixed, what we want to do, lightly grease or heavily grease your board. Put your dough all out at once into the bowl. Onto the counter, I should say, sorry. And we just put it aside. Then you just want to lightly put this together. And we want you to roll this out. Now we just want to gently roll this out, and we're going to put it onto a ungreased 9 by 12 inch pan. I meant to make a correction with that. The buttermilk that I had just put in, that should have been 1.25 cups. Usually put in a cup, but you need a little more. As you can see, the dough was kind of tough. You just want it just to hold the dough together. Now here in this bowl, we have 1/4 cup of melted butter. So what we want to do is we want to take a pastry brush, and you want to make sure that the whole top of the dough is all covered with a thin layer of butter. Okay, now what we're going to do is make sure that your oven is preheated to 400 degrees and your rack is on the middle. Actually, that should be done at the very beginning of before you start your recipe. So that's 400 degrees middle rack. Now we have here for the topping that we're going to put on the roll is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We have 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon and an 1/8 teaspoon of cloves. What we want to do is we want to add our spices to our brown sugar. Make sure that this is nice and well combined, as you can see. And now what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle over the top, and we want to make sure that this is sprinkled all over, and make sure to try to get right up into the corners and make sure it's evenly done. As you see, we have a little bit extra, so you can just put that in an airtight jar and use it for the next time. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't, depending on how large you roll this out. Okay, so we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to start the rolling process what we want to do is just take a nice large knife and take your dough, and you want to roll these until you get them in one nice big long roll. Okay, now you see we have our nice log. So what we're going to do, I just take off the ends just to make it look nice and neat and pretty. Okay, so make them about 1-inch rolls, and I take them and turn them up this way and just gently set them on there. A couple here. Keep them close together. And just cut till we get them all done. You should get about 9 or 10, depending on how large you want them and how thick you roll them out. Now we're going to place these in the oven, 400 preheated degree Fahrenheit oven, middle rack, and we're going to bake those for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. And you want to make sure those are baked until they're about double in size and they're nice and golden brown. Okay, now we're going to make the drizzle to put on top of the cinnamon rolls. So in this bowl we have a tablespoon of vanilla and a teaspoon of milk. And to that we're going to add our icing sugar. I'm going to start with a half a cup of icing sugar, but we're going to gradually add more. So we want to take our whisk and we want to beat it till it's nice and creamy. Now we're going to gradually stir in another half a cup. And it's going to get rather thick, but that's what we want. Until I do that. Okay, now we're just going to add in another 1/4 cup. So altogether, you're going to need a 1 1/4 cup icing sugar to the vanilla and the milk. We want to beat this up until it's a consistency so it's just pouring, and that's perfect. Once they're completely cooled off, you want to take your drizzle and just drizzle over and make nice designs till it's all done. And then you just let that cool and you're ready to serve.